I woke up bright and early today to take the small group Ho Chi Tunnels and Mekong Delta tour that had been arranged by my travel agent in Hanoi. After getting on the luxurious minibus with fancy LED lighting and meeting our guide, Sunny.
Hello, I'm Sunny. And this is the first time you come here, right?
The first stop on the tour was Lamphat Company Handicapped Handicrafts, which employed many Vietnamese who had been handicapped because of the US war on the country. Here they are gainfully employed making the artworks that are so popular in many of the tourist and souvenir shops. Particularly eggshell artwork that takes a lot of time, patience, and precision to make. We were shown through the whole process up to the finished product. Then we had a coffee break in the sheltered area next door as the rain pelted down. We moved on to the Ho Chi Tunnels, a well-preserved relic of the Vietnam War. Here there were displays of many different types of captured guns used against the Vietnamese, as well as captured American bombs, grenades, and mines. We saw diagrams and a model displaying the layout of the tunnel complex. Then the entrance to one of the actual tunnels in a dugout classroom used for training the resistance fighters. We were shown various booby traps that entrapped or injured many American soldiers. There were many different kinds of booby traps that were hidden in the jungles by the Vietnamese fighters. Most of the pits below the traps were equipped with sharp bamboo spikes that had been coated with human feces to cause infections in those who were impaled. We walked past a small bomb crater to where our guide demonstrated a hidden tunnel entrance that was pretty much invisible unless you knew it was there. Then members of our tour group were permitted to pose in the tunnel entrance. We were shown camouflaged vents that allowed for air circulation in the tunnels, and a tunnel entrance that the guide said led to the border with Cambodia some kilometres away. There were mannequins to show how the resistance fighters lived and what they wore in the jungles. We were shown a military workshop with animated mannequins that demonstrated how the inventive Vietnamese defused unexploded US bombs and repurposed the parts and explosives for the resistance. The group walked past the display of guns and onward to the National Defense Shooting Range. where one could buy ammunition and have supervised use of various guns, including AK-47s, for live fire on the shooting range. The shooting range area also had a souvenir and refreshment shop. At another display, we were shown how the resistance fighters had to grind their own rice flour. Here, a lady demonstrated how this was cooked into the iconic transparent rice wraps or pancakes. Then they were set on woven bamboo mats to dry in the sun. We were shown the uniform workshop and the shoe workshop where the clever Vietnamese recycled old tires into functional footwear. We were given the opportunity to crawl a short distance through one of the tunnels, a very claustrophobic experience. We saw a typical washing station made with bamboo pipes. The guide brought us a tray of sago strips with sesame seeds to sample, which was a staple of the Vietnamese fighters' wartime diet. We were shown how the Vietnamese concealed the cooking fires in the tunnels by venting them under the tree canopy so they could not be spotted by US aircraft. On the way out of the tunnel complex, we passed the memorial to Ho Chi Minh. I took a photo of the tour group with our guide in the parking lot. Then it was back aboard the minibus for the hour-long ride to the Mekong River Delta area. In part 2 of this chapter, we visit the Mekong River Delta. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.